Well, as you can see by the dampness all around us, I made a good call not to camp last night. I was feeling guilty about my decision because I'm supposed to be camping, really, and I've been hoteling a lot more than camping. But you know, I checked the weather. It said it might be stormy, so I thought I'm not going to take the risk. Part of the reason I felt guilty, I think, is because while that is the official explanation for why I didn't camp, oh balls, I should have gone down there. Oh well. While that is the official explanation for why I didn't camp, I'm going to be honest, I also just could not be bothered to put up my tent again, to take it down the next morning. Yeah, so I decided to be lazy, and it panned out for me because I didn't get rained on. Laziness really, as always, as a life choice, has tended to work out for me. So yeah, I'm happy about that. What's that guy reversing? Oh, I'm just going to go for it. So yeah, on the laziness theme, I have not bothered to pull all of my waterproofs on. I'm just going to ride and see what happens. My theory is the further west I get today, the better the weather's going to get. So therefore, even if I get wet and chilly, when it gets hot and dry, I will warm up and dry out. It's my theory. We shall see. It's currently, according to my bike, only 17 degrees Celsius, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's certainly a lot cooler than we've been used to lately in this trip. Yeah, last night I did manage to find a restaurant that wasn't a Denny's, some kind of Mexican place, the name of which I forget, but it is one of two Mexican places in Sullivan, Missouri. So if you come here and you want to, recreate the highlights of my trip, you got a 50-50 chance. I had a chimichanga, I don't know how you pronounce it. Americans and obviously Mexicans, but also any Americans know how to pronounce Mexican food, and I haven't really got to that stage in my integration yet. Oh look, it's very soggy. Very damp and soggy. It is raining a bit. As I say, no waterproofs right now. I'm being brave / foolish and just riding on through it. Oh well, before I leave this segment, I should also say I gave up on Merrimack Caverns. I don't know if that makes me a bad person not taking the opportunity when it was right here on my doorstep, but I looked it up, and you got to do a guided tour for a start. I bloody hate guided tours because I don't know, I like to discover things by myself. And you know, when you're in like receive mode for an hour, where some guys are saying, well, this rock formation is formed by blah 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 blah. There's only so many ways you can kind of nod your head in an interested way and go, yes, interesting. Even if it is interesting, it's just an awkward thing. So yeah, and the other thing is it's like a 1.5 mile walk apparently, which I'm alright with, but not in motorcycle boots. I would need to change into other stuff, and it's just a hassle. And I started looking into it and I was like, this is going to be so much hassle. Then I was like, oh, and the weather's horrible as well. Hello, bicyclists. I wonder if they're cycling Route 66. Possibly. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go to Merrimack Caverns. So there you go. Probably wouldn't have been very interesting for whoever's watching this anyway, because I doubt I would have been filming down there, so probably not really altered the video series much, other than you don't get to hear me wittering on for 10 minutes now about how wonderful caves are. So yeah, anyway, so I'm not doing that. I am just powering through. I'm powering through Missouri. Thus far, Missouri, I'm not impressed. Your weather is not nice, certainly. Your food options have not been good. The motel was really not great and really smelt of pee. So yeah, I'm powering through Missouri. Anyway, as I say, next video clip will be me either declaring that I am a weather soothsayer, genius mystic, or me dying of hypothermia. So that is what you have to look forward to in the next clip. Okay. Well, the rain is now getting considerably worse. Considerably worse. So I may be forced to reevaluate some of my choices here. I am going to pull in when I can, check the weather forecast, and potentially admit defeat and put my waterproofs on. Probably getting pretty soggy, probably a lot of damage is already done. This is probably as good a spot as any. Well, I think I'm going to keep on riding. Can't get much more wet than I already am anyway. Whoa! Muddy over here. And that, my friends, is the closest I've ever come to dropping this bike. Oh, that woke me up. Right. Screw it. This is getting ridiculous. I'm going to have to put my waterproofs on. There's nothing else for it. It's annoying. Right, there, weather. See what you made me do? Are you happy now? I look all yellow and fluorescent. It's because of you. Okay, now let's try not to dump the bike on muddy ground this time. I mean, it didn't last time either, but it was a pretty close thing. Okay. There we go. There we go. Mural City. Oh, I believe there are supposed to be some attractive murals somewhere. Oh, that looks like a good barbecue place. I wish I was Wagon Wheel Motel. This is famous. We're not going to stop because of the weather, but look, old gas pumps, old car. Wagon Wheel Motel. It's here. We've seen it. So that guy in the cargo. Road conditions are not good, frankly. It's really unpleasant at the moment. There you go, at least we've seen some stuff. Ooh, look at that. Shelley's Cafe. Not stopping though, Shelley. Trying to blast through the weather. Look, other murals. Maybe this is why they call it the Mural City. What do we think? I think it probably is. Here it is, world's largest rocking chair. It's pretty big. Who do you think sat in that? Made for a giant. So there's a gift shop I could visit, but you know, I'm trying to get past this weather, so I'm not going to do that. But we'll ride up a bit closer, read the little signs. Another mural. Okay. Erected 08. Well, there you go. It is a bloody big rocking chair, you gotta say. Oh. Ooh. Alright, there you go. World's biggest rocking chair. Maybe drying up a bit now. There's still lots of dark clouds ahead, so I don't know if we're out of the woods quite yet. Knob view! Ha 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 ha! Child. Okay, we are approaching a famous Route 66 thing called the Mule Trading Post. I think I'm also going to get out of these waterproofs because it's starting to brighten up. Frankly, had I not chickened out on my original plan and put those waterproofs on, I think I'd have been okay. I should have just stuck with my instincts. Need to believe in myself more. But there you go, I didn't. Now I'm going to be all hot and sweaty and going to have to take off this stupid thing. It's really bloody inconvenient. It will probably take me like an hour to pull this thing off over a leather jacket with pads in and all of that. It's really horrible, it is. Really horrible. So my GPS is telling me to go that way, but I can see the Mule Trading Post is this way. So here we go. I'm actually quite hungry. The breakfast options were not good at the hotel. They had a little cafe here. I might buy something to munch on. But I don't know that they do. Trading post. What sort of things do they trade? Who knows? Mule Tobacco Bar. That was the Mule Trading Post. Never have I seen so much tat in one place, and I don't mean that as a negative. I mean that as it really is an experience well worth seeing. Of course, I didn't buy anything because I've got no storage space, but yeah, there you go, Mule Trading Post. So I did manage to take all my waterproofs off. It was quite a spectacle. Maybe I'll have to film that at some point so you can see just how hilarious that is. But for now I'm back on the route. Unfortunately there was no food at the Mule Trading Post, which is a shame because I'm very peckish. So if I see some food somewhere, it's going to get eaten. It's going to get very seriously eaten. Yeah, ideally some kind of like 50s style diner. Again, I really kind of want a piece of pie and a coffee because my feeling is that's what people used to eat on Route 66. And this is another Route 66 thing. I guess this is the original Route 66. It certainly is. There we go. Motel. They're very big on the antiques here on Route 66, but you know what they're not very big on? Diners with pie. Oh, no, this place is cool. Look at it. Place cool. I wish you could still stay here. I would stay here. So I don't know where my GPS is taking me really. This may be wrong, but I think it's taking me down, or was trying to take me down the original Route 66. But I'm not sure how much of this is still viable. I think probably, unless I'm feeling really brave, and I don't think I am, because I think I bottom out the bike. People obviously don't want you to go down there. But this is clearly the original road. Well, this feels very much like it is an old part of Route 66. It has that old falling aparty kind of vibe to it. Elbow in bar and barbecue pit. Okay. Might have to try this out. Yeah, I had a very nice well, before we talk about the food, I think this is the Devil's Elbow Bridge, which is another famous thing. So here we go, guys. Oh, people camping down there. Be a fun place to camp, wouldn't it? Here we go. Devil's Elbow Bridge over a river. It's about all I really know about the river. It's about all I know about the bridge. The fact that it's a bridge and what it's called. Don't know when it was built. Don't know any of the history. Don't know. But you know, if you're watching this, then you're on YouTube. What you need to do is like open up a new tab and Google it if you care. So anyway, yeah, the Elbow In barbecue had a nice pulled pork and coleslaw sandwich. It was that kind of style of pulled pork where the barbecue sauce was kind of all mixed in with the meat, which I'm not normally a big fan of. I normally prefer the meat to be a little drier than that, but it actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. If you're on Route 66, well worth a stop off, and the ambience in the place was great. They had a whole load of bras hanging from the ceiling. So yeah, that was good. Had a bit of a chat with a guy, I think who owned the place. Had a nice Hawaiian shirt on. Approved of my choice of motorcycle, which I was surprised at because there were lots of signs hanging that said any bikes that aren't Harleys will be crushed. So that was lucky. Anyway, look at this. You know, this must be. This feels like it's original Route 66. I don't know if it is. I might just be deluding myself, but I'm happy in that delusion. Oh, it's a little squirrel. I've got to say, yeah, I was feeling a bit despondent last night, and you get this with bike trips, like long bike trips, and I suppose this is some serious advice now for people on their first bike trip. You will get nights like that where you're sitting in your hotel or at your campsite thinking, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? I'm in like a ratty motel room Every bit of me aches. All day long straight roads. Like, what's the point of this? And sometimes when you feel like that on these trips, really that's all that. There's no alternative to that. It's like that is the way you're thinking. But you've just got to stick with it, because then only a few hours later, really, and here I am on this road. Yeah, it's not a great road, but it's not bad. It's an empty road, through the middle of nowhere. There's no other traffic. The weather's not bad at the moment. Open road. So this is what it's all about, really. Is these moments of it. I'm sure I'll end up going to. I'm sure I'll end up in a situation either, in another motel, or having spent like 2 hours trying to take down my tent in the blistering heat like I did the other day, where I'll be back to thinking, oh god, why am I doing this? But right now it feels great. It feels great to be out here on the open road, Missouri, a place I've never been to before. Lebanon, Missouri. I could go for a nice chicken shawarma, some hummus, little baklava. I wonder if there is a Lebanese restaurant in Lebanon, Missouri. I'm going to say probably not. There really, really should be. It said official motorcycle inspection. I wasn't inspecting my motorcycle. Tell me it's dirty and stuff. Too many bugs on the line. Oh, hang on now. It's a famous thing. The Munger Moss Motel. Look at that. Let's go have a look. It looks like it's still a working motel. Isn't that funny? See, if I was smart, I would have tried to book into some of these Route 66 motels, but I didn't know where I was going to be on what days. So we just have to admire them from afar. Well, I've got to try this place, I think. Candy factory and gas. So let's first get some gas. And then I might get some candy. So that was a candy factory. I had some fudge. I had dark chocolate fudge, which was tasty, but very kind of sweet and sickly. And that was the dark chocolate. So imagine what the normal chocolate was like. Would have been like. I also had a, oh god, what is my GPS telling me to do? Right, told me to go down here, I believe. They did homemade soda, so I had a watermelon soda, which was quite nice, but not as nice as I thought it would be. I always kind of thought that watermelon flavoured soda would be the holy grail of carbonated beverages, but while it was okay, it wasn't amazing. So yeah. Well, here's another little Route 66 thing. It seems all closed up though, so I don't think I can go in. I also didn't show you the approach to this one because my camera's running out of battery again, and I'm so close to the hotel now that I cannot be bothered to pull over and get out charging stuff. There you go, there's fastest guy on Route 66. So yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm going to conserve camera battery and take a few pictures. Here's another great little bridge on the actual old Route 66. So this is an actual old Route 66 bridge. Got to be careful because this is still a road, so there could be someone coming out behind me. But yeah, here you go. This is actual old Route 66 now. Yeah. This is another little bridge. Look, old bridges. Extremely old, I suspect. So that's great. And here we are again on old Route 66. And what do we have here? An extremely old petrol station. So yeah, there you go. Not sure this place is really open. Isn't that great? Back on the old Route 66. This whole camera battery situation is intolerable. I was planning on not charging it again and just letting it run out, but I keep